Gamer Gab.
Go!
Hey, it's Ashtyn, and what's your name again?
Has it been that long?
It's been about a year.
It's Gamer Gab.
Oh, yeah, Wayne, Gamer Gab. Okay, all right, yeah. Thanks for reminding me.
No problem. It's good to have you back.
Thank you. It's good to be back. I'm a little
Okay.
bit rusty.
So what are we talking about today?
Today, we are going to be talking about upcoming games, ones we're looking forward to,
Yeah.
and maybe some we're not super excited about.
Luckily, there's a lot of both, I think, coming down the pike, so we should have plenty to get into.
Yes, we're going to start out on a high note. So, Outer Worlds 2. I'm personally pumped for it. I know you've kind of got mixed feelings about it.
I do. You know, whenever Outer Worlds came out originally, I think that everybody was excited because they thought this is going to be, Obsidian. It's going to be like New Vegas in space, and that's what everybody was expecting. And it was a good game, but it was just sort of small. It was a much smaller scale, I think, than what people were expecting.
To be called the Outer Worlds, you're expecting,
Right.
I don't know, maybe some exploration of entire worlds.
Yeah. Not just like one small town
Yeah.
on like 3 or 4 worlds.
Yes, it gave me the humor that I was looking for.
Sure, yeah.
The choices, the humor, but it was very shallow, is how I'd put it. You want to adventure, and it was lacking in that area.
Definitely.
But I am hopeful that this go around they will do it right. I think that they might. Hit me with something that you're looking forward to.
One that I would normally be really excited for is Silent Hill F. It's going to come out September 25th, so it's coming out fairly soon. And again, it's another one of those that the hype online is pretty crazy. I mean, this is a classic horror franchise.
There's tons of lore with it.
Right, but also it represents a big departure in the world of Silent Hill. I mean, doesn't take place in Silent Hill, which is, and honestly, even though of course everybody's favorite probably is Silent Hill 2, but the ones that were done by Team Silent in the beginning, Silent Hill 1, 2, 3, and 4, are really the only good ones. The ones that took place after that, they moved from Japan to American studios that started doing them after Silent Hill 4, and they just weren't as good. They lost the vibe, basically. They were just the games just had a much different feel, and I was really hoping to see sort of a step back to what they knew, like back to the beginning, get back to the roots, exactly. And it's looking like this is not going to be that. So I don't really know how I feel about it entirely. But, I'm still keeping my fingers crossed a little bit just for nostalgia's sake.
Yeah, I think that's what's difficult is when people continue to make a title and they were there from the beginning. It's hard and a little bit scary to see them go away, I guess, from what you knew the game to be.
That's true. Although I guess there is a little bit of a precedent for this. Silent Hill 4 didn't actually take place in Silent Hill. And I mean, it's probably among the first 4, Silent Hill 4 is definitely the one that is the most polarizing. There are people who really liked it and were fans of it, even though it didn't take place in Silent Hill, like me. I thought it was great. But there are a lot of people who absolutely hate it, for that reason. And I think that this new one, Silent Hill F, is probably gonna be pretty polarizing.
Yes. Well, speaking of polarizing, I mean, Call of Duty 7.
Oh, man.
Call of Duty Black Ops 7. So I've played and bought all of the at least recent Call of Duty games. And, I'm seeing that a lot of people are kind of burnt out. It's reskinned and it takes up so much room on your console, and it's a bunch of the same the same thing.
I feel like Call of Duty is a franchise that really sort of lives and dies by its multiplayer audience. I mean, yes, the campaign is there, but they really only sort of like whisper about a campaign, and then they don't really spend much time on it.
Completely.
And for gamers like me, I think that because I don't really play multiplayer games, it just means that it's just something else taking up space in the game store that I have to flip past when I'm looking for a game to play, you know? I mean, like, I don't so much care about that, but I mean, it is a huge business, and I mean, they've got the business model down because they are cranking them out. Like, it seems like every 8 or 10 months there's a new Call of Duty.
They do, and honestly, I mean, I've played the campaigns, and they're pretty good. They vary on how good, but they're pretty good. I mean, I've never been mad at one. Now, the one that I last reviewed a couple years ago, I think at this point, which, wow, I can't remember exactly, maybe 4 or 5 hours you can complete the entire campaign with that price tag. I was like, you're joking, right? So I don't know. I mean, we'll see, but I mean, it's just a bunch of the same thing. However, you know, its competitor, I would say, Battlefield 6 is coming out. Now, I have heard and seen nothing but positive things about that, and honestly, that might be the future.
You know, Battlefield actually did generate a little bit of interest in me whenever I saw some of the videos that they released about it. I know, right? Not because of the multiplayer component, but because I saw that there are some really heavily destructible environments on the multiplayer maps, and so, you know, in theory, you can collapse a building down on top of somebody if they're camping or whatever, you know? And so, I mean, yes, I guess technically you could knock a building down with your LMG given enough time and ammunition. Are you going to get sniped in the dome before you are able to get that accomplished? Absolutely. So I don't really know how much sense destructible environments to that level make in a fast-paced multiplayer game. Like, are they really going to play a factor, or is it just something that's going to be a cool throwaway that you're going to think is really neat the first 4 or 5 times you play it, and then it just gets old?
Well, sliding on to a positive note, Ghost of Yotei. Yeah.
This is another one of those that I can't, being a lifelong, or a series long rather, Xbox gamer. This is one of those that, you know, makes me hate on Sony a little bit.
Yeah.
Not enough to buy a PlayStation, but just enough to be salty about it. I mean, I really wanted to play Ghost of Tsushima, and from everything I've heard about it, it's awesome. And, you know, maybe they'll do like Death Stranding did and release it 5 years later on Xbox, you know, and at a discounted price at that. So, I mean, I'm hopeful that I get to play it one day, but Ghost of Yotei, I'm hearing some negative things about this.
You said that, and that shocked me.
Yeah, I think maybe it's just because the first one is so well loved that just the little departures that they're taking from the original story, adding in a female protagonist, which is always seems like a potentially sketchy career move, you know.
It's hit or miss.
Climate today,
it's totally hit or miss. I am cautiously optimistic because, I mean, the first game was a rare success. I mean, with how good it really was on every single front. You don't see that. You know, the story, the mechanics. I mean, they could have, even just the mechanics, they could have easily been overwhelming because you are learning, getting new skills. And, you know, some games like bog it down. It's like, I don't remember how to do that cool trick. You know what I mean? Because it keeps adding on. They like fed it to you, gave you a period of time to adjust, gave you some more skills, gave it, you know, time to adjust. They did, I mean, all of it was just so good. So I can't help but hop on the hype train again for this game. But cautiously optimistic, but we'll see.
Well, one that I think is going to be really wildly popular, not maybe only for Xbox gamers. I haven't looked to see if this one is going to come out for multiple platforms or not yet, but the Gears of War remaster is coming out at the end of this month, actually. At the time we're recording this in August, it's coming out August 26th. And, you know, the original Gears came out in 2006. So it's been
A minute.
Yeah, it's been a couple decades, and when it came out, it was one of the early like Xbox exclusive titles after the Xbox 360 came out in 2005. And so it was, you know, the 360 was like a big graphical upgrade over the original Xbox, and so all the games that came out for the 360 were like looked really good for the time. And I remember playing Gears of War with my friends, and you know, doing the whole split screen thing, and it was just a blast. I mean, the whole campaign, it was one of those games that kind of started the whole like cover-based shooters, you know, where like they're all of the landscape is littered with like knee-high walls that you have to run and duck behind and stuff and shoot from cover and everything. But I just remember it being a ton of fun, and I'm looking for it. I may make my daughter play it with me, you know.
There
who
you
knows?
go. Why else have a kid?
That's right. Introduce a whole new generation to Gears of War.
Exactly. And see, that was one that hasn't really been on my radar because I never played any of the originals, and it's just been kind of foreign to me, you know, much like Final Fantasy.
Yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
That's something that people either love or just completely disinterested in, which I used to be one that was disinterested. We've talked about this before, where it seems overwhelming, and then you find out that they're not all related. So those numbers, guys, like, it seems overwhelming, but they're not all related to each other.
Yeah,
so
it's hard to get into a series when there are already 20 games in, and you're like, I don't know, I don't even know where to start.
It's like Marvel movies.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Right.
Yeah, but yes, they're remaking. Well, 7 remake, the one with Cloud. That's a popular character that pretty much everybody knows, even if you know nothing about Final Fantasy.
Sure. Is he the one that was in Kingdom Hearts?
He does make an appearance in Kingdom Hearts. Okay. Yes, he's everywhere. He's super cool. Why not? But they're remaking it for, I believe, PlayStation 5. Is what they're dropping it on. So if you didn't get it the first time, now's your chance.
Or the second time.
Yeah, this is becoming...
It's like Skyrim at this point.
Oh my gosh, right? Great game, though. Great game.
So this one is a little bit of a controversy, which I love to see, you know, CEOs shoot off at the mouth. And
I know where you're going.
Yeah. So, you know, I wouldn't say that I'm a huge Borderlands fan. I mean, I played the first 3 games, and I mean, I enjoyed them, but they're sort of in that category where it's like the gameplay is fun, but the story's kind of a throwaway, and the movie got absolutely panned. A Twitter user, or X, I guess now you have to say, said, surely this isn't going to be $80, and the CEO responds with, well, real fans of the game will make it happen. And so,
who do they think they are? Nintendo?
Right. Like, who's your audience here, fam? Like, I mean, so all that to say, I don't really have any interest in playing Borderlands 4 at this point. Like, I think if you're that tone deaf and that far removed from your audience, then you probably, and I mean, honestly, I hope it crashes and burns.
I don't know. Yeah, that's bold, for a lack of better word.
It's the audacity for me.
But one we are both pumped about would be Resident Evil Requiem.
Yeah, absolutely. Capcom has been killing it lately. I mean, with the remakes, I thought were really good. And then RE7 being the first one to be like first person perspective
horror. That's true horror, and they're going back to that is what, you know, I've seen some of the clips and gameplay, and I think it's definitely going back to its roots. You're not playing Leon, which I'll miss Leon.
I keep hearing though that Leon's supposed to make an appearance in this game.
I have heard that too. And then the female character, she's not a complete ditz like the president's daughter. Leon, help me. Oh man. So she's supposed to be have some skills, but definitely not a trained agent by any means. So I think it's going to really make you a little bit more nervous.
Yeah, you know, I'm here for Resident Evil going more survival horror, like the first person perspective. It makes you feel a lot more connected to the game. And I mean, 7 and 8 were both really good, and so I'm looking forward to 9.
It'll keep it fresh. I feel like they keep it fresh, and I do like that they allow you to toggle if you're not cool enough to be first person, you can't handle it, toggle it, to second person, or wait, is that third person?
Third person.
Second person.
Another one that's coming out soon and is actually a throwback to the very first review that I ever did on Gamer Gab is the first review I ever did on this show was High on Life, which was sort of a weird start for me because I mean, like, I'm not a Rick and Morty fan. Like, I haven't ever watched Rick and Morty, and so
you should have seen the first cut that y'all will never see that he did.
It was. Never mind.
Yeah, moving on.
But anyway, High on Life 2 is slated right now for, all I could find online was that it's supposed to be winter of 2025.
That's what I saw.
So they're saying it's going to be sometime the end of this year. And I'll play it. I mean, it's definitely not one that I would put on my Christmas wish list.
Yeah.
But the first one was a fun game. I mean, it's another one of those that is fun to kill time with.
Yeah.
It's not a story that you're going to remember in a couple months, but
there's a market for that.
Absolutely,
Sometimes you don't want to get off of work and like rack your brain trying to understand or make decisions, or, heavy games. They're super serious. It's funny and simple and straightforward.
Absolutely. And I mean, it really does fit that niche really well. So I think it'll probably be good.
Another game that I am cautiously optimistic about is Dying Light: The Beast.
Yes.
Is it The Beasts or The Beast?
Just Beast. Singular Beast. Dying Light: The Beast, yeah.
Dying Light: The Beast, yes. I mean, I played the other two.
Right.
And the first one I felt like was better than the second one. However, I was happy with both. I mean, parkour and zombie slaying.
Absolutely.
I mean, what?
And we really need something to fill the gap that Dead Island 2 left a couple years ago, because it fell flat a little bit.
Insert my sandbags.
You should go back and look at our YouTube comments, because there was somebody recently, I mean, like, we posted that video 2 years ago?
Probably.
And recently, within the last few months, somebody made a comment talking about how the zombies weren't that hard to kill and we just needed to get good or some nonsense like that. And so you should go back and watch that clip again and check out that comment, because I lulled a little bit about that one. But I really enjoyed the first one, and this one looks cool. It looks like it's more of a rural setting. It'll be interesting to see how they work the parkour into that.
That is true. It's the same character from the first one.
Right.
And you will have some powers also. So yes, that's the beast part, y'all.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah, so that'll be an interesting twist on the game series.
For sure.
Yeah. Okay, nice. The only thing that I have left on my list is 007 First Light. I hope that I got that title right. But I had just told you, a couple weeks before, that why don't they make a 007 game? Because they used to be so fun. I mean, any one of them, I played all the way back to the Nintendo 64. Hello. I mean, you're a spy. You've got all this tech. I mean, where could you go wrong? And I remember the last one that I played, it was on a PlayStation 2. And you had a little robot cam you could control, a little RC, and I thought it was so cool, and it was so fun, and the story, just all of it. I will say though, I'm not super pleased with who's playing James Bond.
Well, I guess that's where Hollywood's at. Typically, in the older games, it was Pierce Brosnan was Bond, the Hollywood Bond at the time.
Yeah.
And so he was the one that was in the games. I don't know if Craig did he ever get his own game?
I'm trying to remember. I guess he did
for a long time.
He actually, I believe that he did.
Well, and then they're in between Bonds right now. There is no Bond, so I guess they just had to pick a random person.
Well, that's exactly why I'm confused though, because why did they pick someone he's really young and he's got light features.
Well, maybe this is like an origin story for Bond or something.
I guess, but he's still...
Well, and Daniel Craig had light hair, though, and blue eyes, so, I mean...
Yeah, but I'm saying if you've got the opportunity, it's a game.
Yeah.
You can create any Bond, because there isn't one, and
Right.
they're obviously have chosen to go their own path. If you can do that, that's my problem. Then why? You know?
I'll be interested to see how they take this game. I'd like to see it be a darker, grittier style of Bond.
Yeah. No, you're not wrong. So we'll see. Cautiously optimistic.
Get on the hype train.
Get on the hype train, but yeah, let us know like what you guys think. What are you looking forward to? What are you not looking forward to? I mean, there's stuff that's popular or has been popular in the past, like Call of Duty, that a lot of people are falling off that train, you know? So let us know.
Yeah, and if you're happy to see Ashtyn back finally after all this time, leave us a like and comment Ashtyn in the comments below.
Or a dislike.
Yeah, or a dislike. Any interaction is good interaction.
Yeah.
As far as the algorithm gods are concerned.
Correct.
All right, thanks for joining us on Gamer Gab. We'll see you next time.
Gamer Gab. Ready.